Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are in Roer for a mission. Our mission is to help Angelica, well, basically survive, because the last time we talked to her was on the Courageous and we heard gunfire. And that sprung us into action to go here, and on a side note we might get some information about Alyssa's mother too. So, for now, where we are, we've talked to everyone downstairs. For today, we want to talk to everyone upstairs. And after that, before continuing to unlock all the main story parts, I want to go outside of Roer and see how far the game lets us go. So one, going to the mine. And there was also another exit, but I don't know if I tried that yet. So I want to do that too. So that's for today. So let's start talking to people. We already talked to them and they basically said to get the hell out, which I can understand from their perspective. Let's see, Roer Cathedral, and of course there too. That's not too bad. And we have heard that there were a lot of locations closed down because of the occupation, so I wonder how many buildings will be locked to us. We're really hurting for customers lately. I can't think of anything we can do to change that either. As long as Reinford Group is in its current state, I think this is the way things are going to be. The Reinford Group's prosperity truly grew out of a time of peace. That never occurred to me before the war began, but it seems like it's an inescapable truth now. Well, while we're here, might as well. Let's recover a little bit of CP. Alright, ready for anything once again. It does feel really empty, doesn't it? Nowhere sitting down. Let's see. La 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 la. We get so few customers nowadays that can listen to the radio on the job to my heart's content. Nothing like some background music to keep you motivated while you work. I don't know what the manager's so glum about. Having no customers is great. It makes things so much nicer and more relaxing around here. Yeah, but if there's no customer for too long of a time, they have no money to pay you or keep open. Yeah, I don't think you get that part of it, is it? Oh well. Let's hope we can bring this war to an end as quickly as possible. Oh, most of the Reinford employees around here are really down in the dumps lately. But who can blame them? It's sad to see how that company's fallen. Roer owes its prosperity to Reinford, so what affects the company really affects everyone in the city. No, the war affects the Reinford company, which in turn affects the city. With the Alliance's plan and the state of Reinford company we're in right now, I dread to think what the future holds. It's certainly hard to find any silver linings. Yeah, because the Alliance probably confiscated that to make more weapons. Let's see. Also very empty. Welcome to our store, but I'm afraid we're running a little low on our more customer-facing products at the moment, which means some of our lineup is only available while supply lasts, because we might not be able to get any more in. We realize that this is a disappointment for those looking for weapons for self-defense, but there's nothing we can do. Most of the factories in the city are now dedicated to producing weaponry for the provincial army. Unfortunately, that means our supplies of consumer products are dwindling fast. We apologize for any inconvenience. But what do you have? Not that I have money to spend it on, but ooh. Dragon skin shoes. Damn. Well, it's a nice increase, but not super. It does lower the defense quite a lot. Shoes, however? Shoes are actually really good. So we won't be swapping over the dragon skin jumpsuit, but who knows? Maybe in an episode or two we'll have enough Mira to buy those shoes from here and use them during the episode. Yeah, we don't have this. Well, we might be able to buy a handful. At least give them to the people that has no downside to them. I will save 2600 just in case if there are some books somewhere that I want to buy. I don't want to run out of cash totally. Yes, I could already sell some ingredients to get some a little bit more of cash if I need them for the books, but this is just to be sure. The first chairman goes missing, and then the Rhineford group gets taken over by a provincial army and forced to do whatever they tell us. Stick those two together and you've got shares prices that drop like rocks. We're not even exporting anything either. We're screwed. So screwed. I mean, we're an international company. Stopping our exports alone would be enough to screw us over. What are we supposed to do now? Well, ride the wave, because the war is still going on strong. Nothing out of the ordinary here. I should have known that finding her wouldn't be easy. What do you want? You're in my way. He's probably looking for Angelica. Ooh. Let's see what lectures I have today. The country may be at war, but we're all still students. Of course we have lectures. And we need to work harder on our studies than ever. President Smith is back too, so none of us can afford to give less than 100% to our studies. A civil war going on is no excuse to be slacking off. True, but it may not be your first priority. You look kind of familiar. I can't place it though, sorry, I can't be bothered to try and remember either. He seems really down in the dumps. It's not like the Alliance has come and tried to start meddling in our research or anything, but it's really hard to do anything with Roer as it is now. Some professors have decided to help them with weapon research. I don't know. I just can't bring myself to do that after all they've done, you know? Yeah, which would somewhat be a logical conclusion. On the other hand, people that just want to do research and they have some more fringe theories. In wartime, you have a higher chance to be funded to do those research, so maybe that is a little bit of the reason why they're going for it. To get their ideas out there. Because a lot of things get invented during war. Under horrible circumstances, but it does happen. Aren't you George's friends? You don't know how he's doing, do you? It sounds like a ton of crazy stuff is going down over at Thor's. Us? Oh, we're hanging in there. We've been better though, that's for sure. As if we don't have enough to worry about with the Alliance, Professor Smith's now looking for a new research topic. If he sets his sights on you, you might as well pronounce yourself dead and get it over with. He just starts barking out orders like you're all about helping him out, even when you'd rather have a drill go through your head. Oh, I hope he doesn't decide to come to me this time. I'm feeling down enough as it is. The city might not have been harmed directly, but this institute has still been affected by war. A number of students have chosen to take leave from their studies to return home, for one thing. It's a terrible shame what's happening is having such a negative effect on our students' educations. Yeah, but like I said, surviving in the war is a different priority than going about your studies. Doesn't mean your studies aren't important, it just means they don't come first place anymore. A number of students whose family are close to the reformist factions have been called away from the institute. It's a terrible shame that it's come to this. And once again, Professor Smith wants a whole bunch of equipment ordered on a short notice. Awesome. Just awesome. He couldn't be such a dick sometimes. His research produces one brilliant invention after another though, so who gets to complain? Nope. And dropping that word in there doesn't happen a lot in games, to be honest. President Smith returns to the institute not long ago. He seems to be on the lookout for a new subject to his research. Bring on the headaches, I guess. I can understand that. Only authorized personnel can enter here. Well, that definitely doesn't mean us, so let's get out of here. Alright, I think it's time for us to get a drink at the bar. If they're open. Marquis Rogner's always been known as the most militarily minded of the head of the four great houses. That makes the Northshire provincial army very loyal to him and is full of, though, experienced soldiers. Nobody around here would ever dare to go against him. Hell, only Lady Angelica would try something crazy like that. And you know, you get enough of a rebellious streak that she just might. Well, I kinda hope she does, too. Right now, Roer's future is not looking too shiny. I can only hope Lady Angelica can turn it around for us. I hope so too. And we are more than willing to give her a slight helping hand. What am I supposed to do? If I go against orders, the only thing in my future is an instant demotion. Your place like that too, huh? Well, we're under the chairman's direct control, which means they're not exactly our biggest fans. Yeah, I heard all about the 4th Development Division getting all its progress frozen. You got my sympathies. Time for a drink? Yeah, time for a drink. By the way, is it true that your daughter's gone missing? Ah, you heard about that. Yeah, she's probably just fine, but she's always been a little bit scatterbrained. Ah, that's ominous. Yeah, I hope she's okay. Cause I can't 100% recall who his daughter is, but I wouldn't be too surprised if she's someone of a Thor student. This doesn't want to pop up in my head. I'm pretty sure, keep thinking about it I will, but for now, I'm leaving it to all of you in the comments. Oh, it's good to see you again, Almina. Alyssa? Is that you? I didn't know you were back in Roer. What a pleasure to see you, though you're going to want to be careful if you're staying in town. Things are generally peaceful here, but you wouldn't want to wind up with the army after you like they are, Lady Angelica. Oh, the provincial armies after Angelica? Somehow, I'm not surprised. By the way, you wouldn't happen to have any idea where she might be, would you? Oh, I'm afraid not. I do hear whispers from time to time, but nothing worth passing on just yet. Well, thank you anyway. I guess we got to keep asking around. I'm worried about Chairman Arena too. Even with all these rumors about her, nobody knows for sure where she is. Do be careful as you go around town. You don't want to attract the attention of the provincial army. Street Blue and Meadow Stew. Well, they said the factory was working and had no use for making weapons. So, do you know what they did? The stupid boss has shut the whole damn thing down. What am I supposed to do now? Oh hell, I need another drink. They say the factory was working on had no use for making weapons. So, do you know? Steel rusts and falls apart over time. Fitting that a city that heavily relies on steel production would eventually do the same. But until the day comes that it falls apart completely, this bar stays open. Yeah, if we can end the war before it gets to that point, it might recover. Cause even rust can be repaired. Soldiers don't often come onto this part of the upper level. You shouldn't have to worry about them while you're here. Come on, make yourself comfortable. Ah, President Smith has finally returned to the Institute. Not only that, he's looking for something new to research too. My condolences for anyone forced to help with that. They're in for a world of pain. For better or worse, the only thing that man cares about is his research. Yeah, and during wartime, business is booming. Alright, that's it for the bar. Time that over to a dear old friend. Oh, my younger brother's fiancée is staying with us for now. That's perfectly fine by me, of course. I mean, she's going to be part of our family one day. Our home is her home. Mary? This is a great opportunity to get to know her better too. After all, I need to be completely certain that she's a good match for my beloved little brother, don't I? My younger brother's fiancée is staying here for us at the moment. She's a noble, but I can't let myself get nervous around her or anything. She'll be a part of the family soon. Well, assuming she passes my rigorous approval process to make absolutely sure she's right for him. Did they officially get together? Or is this like a thing like they want them to get together, but and she's willing to, but Makarov is not having any of it, or just doesn't realize it. Oh my, if it isn't Class 7. Instructor Mary? Oh, it's so great to see you, Instructor. Nice to see you again. Oh, I can't believe my eyes. This all feels like a wonderful dream. If it is, I don't want to be woken up. I managed to flee from Trista with a number of students in tow a while ago. Together, we ended up in Roer. Ever since then, I've been staying here at Mint's house. Not that I know where she is, sadly. She was with me for a while until all of a sudden she wasn't. Well, you know, Mint, she wandered off and she got on our ship. So she's fine. Yeah, she mentioned that. But there's no need to worry about her. She's been flying around with us aboard the Courageous. Really? Oh, that's fantastic news. Oh, Idios, thank you so much. But wait, what are you doing here in the first place? Well, the group gave Instructor Mary a brief summary of their plans in Roer and how they got there. Ah, I see. Well, it's hard to avoid unpleasant rumors about the Marquis and his family of late. I haven't seen Angelica for quite a while either. Well, I just hope she's alright. Well, we better get back to looking for clues. I'm afraid we need to be off now, Instructor. It was great to see you again. Likewise, I won't stop you from doing what you're doing, but try not to expose yourself to more danger than necessary. Duly noted. It's such a relief to know you're all doing well, especially Mint. Promise you, be careful, alright? Stay in mint condition. We'll definitely try. Alright, will this door be open or will it be closed? The door is locked. Ah, this is the entrance to the underground passage we used during our field study. You're right. We don't have a keycard though, so there's no need to hang around here. Well, we might not have a keycard, but maybe with a technician they can break open the door and we can still use it. It's an idea, not a bad one. From the sign of things, soldat parts are being made here in Roer, but every piece of info related to them is confidential. The people working on those parts don't even know what they're making. It's so sad it comes to this. The people here live to make things, but this is just depressing. Ever since the war began, the city's been a completely different place. It breaks my heart to see the place I've always loved end up like this. Well, see you later, Biblio. Oh, there's no way Lady Angelica would ever give up. I'm sure she's just fine. I've forgotten about the way she defied all odds to go to that Academy Festival. And we didn't get to see her. We need to make sure we're doing all we can to support her too. Nothing is too much effort if it's for Lady Angelica. I really hope Lady Angelica is alright. I'm so worried about her, I can barely sleep at night. Do you want something? Please don't disturb me. Hey, don't be afraid. I am the legendary Class 7. Oh, we had a new sister start working here the other day. It's always a bit strange having someone new relying on me all of a sudden. I want to do all I can to be an excellent teacher for her. It's really quite exciting, truth be told. Here in the cathedral, we're trying to do all we can to aid the people in the surrounding towns and villages. It's the church's duty to be a solid rock people can cling on during times like these. I pray your endeavors meet with success too. We'll definitely give our best, that's for sure. And who would this new student nurse be?
I'm pleased to hear that everything seems to be going well for you. I believe it was the goddess's guidance that brought you here after all. I may be limited in what I can do to aid you, but know that you have my full support.
Thank you, Father. I will keep striving to do everything I can. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh god, I think we went into the right place.
to Roer Cathedral. Have you all come to pray for the goddess's guidance?
Angelica? Is that you? It's her, isn't it?
Strange. I've never seen her around here before.
Yeah, but that voice... I have an inkling that it might be her, at least.
I guess she must be new. Kind of an odd time to take your vows as a sister, huh?
True. I guess the church may be working on its own independent initiatives to bring the war to an end.
That's very possible.
Alright, if I'm right and that was her, then I'm glad the story didn't continue, because there are still places I want to visit. But there would be something for me to incidentally go to the right place too soon. I could head back to the office, but why? It's not like there's anything to actually do there. I'm so bored. I can stand the new acting chairman. Give me arena all day, any day. Whitney seems to be buried in a constant stream of business dealings with nobles. My department though? We've got nothing. What a drag. We're trying to aid others in whatever ways we can, but the war has certainly made it more difficult than we'd like. If only we could work in tandem with the Barrierheart Cathedral on this. Getting aid where it needed would be far easier. Unfortunately, we aren't exactly on the best of terms with them. I'm not sure there's much we can do about that either. Roer and Barrierheart and the citizenry we call those cities home have rather different attitudes on life. Barrierheart prizes tradition above all else, for one. Because of that, our dioceses aren't on the best of terms. It's not something I'm proud of to say, at least. We all worship the same goddess, we should work hand in hand as well. Oh my, if it isn't young Alyssa. I wasn't expecting to see you return here at a time like this. Are you sure it's alright for you to be walking around in public like this? The soldiers have been looking for you. Well, I should be fine. Thanks for looking out for me, though. Glad to see that not much has changed here in the cathedral. Just that new sister. Ah, you must be referring to Sister Quell. Yes, I can understand that it seems an odd time for a new sister to join us. But she's something of a special case, so we're taking care of her for the time being. Should you ever require your aid, you needn't hesitate a moment to ask for it. The church never abandons those in need. Thank you, Father. I'll definitely keep you in mind. Sister Quell? Like quell the resistance and stuff like that? I don't know. It's very suspicious, it definitely is. Okay, does this change anything? Does like, do we have new markings all around? We'll see. Still so much to do. What a disaster. If you catch a glimpse of Lady Angelica around here anywhere, let us know immediately. You'll be well rewarded for doing so. This way leads to Marquis Rogner's mansion. Not that I can imagine you could possibly have any business there. Even if hell had frozen over and you did, he's not at the moment. Be gone. Yes, sir. Alright, that is at least everyone on top. So let's go down and see if we can exit Roer to any of the locations. Okay, so the airport. There's a good chance that one of the other locations that are still marked here will have another scene with that very suspicious looking nun, sister. Alright, I want to see if I can get out here, because I know we talked to the person. I don't know if we tried getting out. This is the way leads onto the Northshire Highway, which connects to the city of Swartz Drake Barrier. Oh, that's right. We better not go any further for now, in that case. Alright. Just want to make sure that we don't miss anything. And who knows, maybe at some point we're allowed to check those out. Wait, we don't need to go to the Session Iron Mine now, do we? Right, I worried about the situation over there too, but we should keep our focus on the city itself for now. Here too. I was so hoping to go to the mine. Like another city, I can understand not going there because it's totally different. But the mine has value to Roer. That might be worth visiting as well. Oh, well. It must be because Angelica is in the city and dressed up that we can't leave. But as soon as that's lifted, we're gonna try again.
Been a while since we were last in Roer Airport.
Yeah, not since our field study here.
Yeah, Roer's not the bustling place it used to be. It's a damn shame. Feels like the nobles are throwing their weight around a lot more these days. Now, I'm not saying I've got anything against the nobility as such. I mean, I do business with them. What bothersome things wars are. I can't go anywhere without endless paperwork. I spent all that money on an airship and I haven't even been able to fly the damn thing. Well, hello there. The eastbound airliner has just arrived. If you plan to board it, I suggest you purchase your tickets as soon as possible. This airport was once so lively and full of joy, but looking at it now, it's a terrible shame to see how far it's fallen of late. War has a tendency to do those things. Nothing down there. Roer Airport. Think this is the same airliner we boarded back in Berea? It might be. It's not like the war put an end to air travel. I don't see the Lusitania around here anywhere though. Now that comes as a huge surprise. Why does that name sound familiar? Well, it's a huge luxury budget liner built by the Third Factory. It's one of the company's most famous creations from what I've heard. It was seized by the Alliance. Worse yet, Duke Cayenne supposedly made it his personal ship too. Looks like the rumors might actually be true. Oh, that guy's unbelievable. He probably wouldn't have dared if the chairman was in her rightful position. Putting it aside for now, we should look around. We might be able to find something useful around here. Maybe we can steal the ship and add it to our collection of ships. This platform is for exclusive use of the Noble Alliance right now. Get those high-ranking guys showing up out of nowhere, demanding to land all the time. It's pretty nerve-wracking. Nobody's using it right now, so feel free to take a look around. Just don't touch anything, alright? We can sit around twiddling our thumbs for ages, and then all of a sudden, some big important noble shows up wanting to land. We had the Rufus Elbrea show up recently. Now there's a busy man if I ever see one. Ooh, Rufus. That would be someone I would like to fight against. Probably lose, but still I wouldn't mind trying. Oh, Ricky, where are you? I know you're supposed to be somewhere in Roer, but I hope I can find some clues as to where you've gone. Anton, how do you get so much around so easily during wartime? It's impressive on its own. Ricky, oh, where art thou? I swear, no matter what it takes, I will find you. Wait for me, Ricky! I hope by the end of Cold Steel 2, or at least any part of Cold Steel, he will be joined once again with his best friend. And, of course, I hope his best friend is okay. Not that he's captured by the Alliance or anything like that. Oh, flying here was so much fun. We're noble, so everyone is super nice to us too. I came to Roer to sightsee with my grandson. I'd always stayed away because I'd heard this place was a town of commoners. This is my first time visiting. Yeah, it's still a town of commoners. The only difference is it's ruled by the nobility now. Hey, Aren't you the students from Thor's? Good to see you all again. I'm Peyton, remember? I was the mechanic on the Courageous for a while. I remember. You said that you left as soon as George was up to speed. I remember. I planned on heading back home to Liberal, but that didn't really work out. I still want to get back there as soon as I can, but until I can figure out how, I'm working here in the airport. If there's anything I can do for you, don't think twice about asking. I'd be happy to try and help you all out. There aren't nearly as many airlines in operation here as there used to be. Western Erebonia has it even worse too. When you get a lot of battles going on in the air, everything gets cancelled. Ooh, so Western Erebonia has a lot of air combat. I wouldn't mind seeing some more of those. It's been a while. I think the last air combat we've actually seen was in Trails in the Sky, right? I think so? Well, we've seen them flying around here. But did we see actual air-to-air combat? Meh. It would be even greater if we are allowed to operate the machines ourselves. Like a sky shooter type thing. This is like a mini game or something like that. I wouldn't mind that. Because bullet hell shooters, they can be a lot of fun. Ooh, there's the nun again. Is it? Flour, vegetables. Ooh, I should hurry. I need to start getting ready for mass. So much to do, so little time. I have my eye on you. The hair color matches too. I'm on to you, girl. I can hardly bear with all the long faces around here these days. Nobody's got time to be down in the dumps with all these higher taxes to pay. We need to work, work, work. Gotta work if you wanna eat. And that's what I'm planning on doing. Linda, no canned goods on that shelf. Damn it, not Linda. Linda? Interesting. Didn't she have a different hair color, or did it just look wrong? Did you hear me, Linda? Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I sorted out right away. I swear, what are the odds of hiring two workers with just similar names? But still, if she's staying here, she's gotta earn her keep. And in my house, that means lots and lots of hard work. Alright. Talking about work, what do you have? Ooh, Michette plushie, that's unique. So we definitely need to have one of those. Any other? Ooh, you got a full range of motions. Rean should be top notch. Gambler Jack, yes please. 2 chapters in one town, that doesn't happen often. Don't say no to that. Oh, it is! For some reason, when I glanced over earlier, I thought it was red hair. So I thought, how can that be Linda? Rean? Linda? Linda! Glad to see you're doing well. Oh, that's my line. I've missed you. What are you doing in Roer? Well, that's a long story. Got a few minutes to spare? They gave Linda a basic rundown of everything that happened and told her what they were doing in Roer. Ah, so Vivi's okay. Oh, thank goodness. Yep, she's our observer on the Courageous right now. How wonderful. We're always happy to deliver good news. I'm sure Vivi will be thrilled to know that we found you as well. More so than usual, I mean. So you've been working here part-time? And that's right. I escaped the academy with a small group of people. And after a while, we ended up all in Roer. Although, to be honest, I've been going on a little stir-crazy wanting to go out and search for Vivi. I've been so worried. I could have mustered the courage to leave town and go wandering through a war-torn country on my own, though. Yeah, not a great strategy, that one. You made the right call, as painful as it might have been. By the way, you wouldn't have happened to have heard anything about Angelica and Irina Reinford's whereabouts, would you? Sorry, I haven't. I wish you could be a little more careful. Oh no, please, don't worry about it. Well, Something's clearly happening behind closed doors in this town, so we're going to keep investigating. But you don't have to worry about that. We can handle it on our own. So you just keep doing what you're doing. If you insist, just be careful. If there's ever anything I can do to help, just come and find me. I won't be going anywhere. We will, thanks. Think Ideos Vivi's alright. Anyway, please take care of yourselves. If there's anything I can do to help, just come and find me. I won't be going anywhere. And you don't go anywhere either. I have a few more stops to go, but I'm pretty sure you will be our next location. Let me apologize in advance, but I'm afraid we're very short on ornaments right now. All of the city's factories are currently tied up manufacturing weapons and other wartime instruments for the military. As a store run by the Reinfeldt company itself, it pains me to find myself in this situation, but there's not much I can do. We'd be glad to take a look at your Arcus units, however. Some of the provincial army soldiers are using them now too. I'm afraid we're currently suffering from a shortage of orbital products. I couldn't tell you when we'll get more in either. Could be never, as long as the current acting chairman is in charge. My apologies. So, just forget you heard that, but we're still open for your Arcus maintenance needs, if that helps. Well, I do appreciate that at least. Don't see anything at the moment that's different. Ooh, Phantom Phobia. I love that one. It's expensive though. No new Master Quartz, sadly. I'm terribly sorry, but we're really short on stock at the moment. I appreciate your position, but I couldn't possibly lower our prices any further than we already have. The main branch of our company in Heimdallr is suffering severe shortages of stock as well. That's why I let Hugo to start traveling the country in search of new stock to purchase. This is a difficult time for all of us, but I'm sure Hugo will come through. He is truly a brilliant negotiator. Yeah, but no matter how brilliant of a negotiator you are, if there is no product, there is no product. Oh, I never expected that I'd bump into all of you around here. Hugo? It's great to see you again. Rosine and Becky told us that you'd disappeared. Ah, so they're both doing well then. Good. In fact, why don't you give me the rundown on what you've been up to all this time? You've got me curious now. Everyone gave Hugo a rough outline of all they've been up to since the war broke out. Ah, so Becky's on the courageous now, is she? Of course she is. I can hardly think of a more Becky move. But you're here on business? His company is one of the RF store's biggest clients, so that doesn't really surprise me. That's right. It was backbreakingly difficult, but once I helped Becky escape, I made it back home to Heimdallr. For all of its issues, it's still probably the safest place in the country. Always calmest in the eye of the storm, you know? That does make sense, even though Fiona wasn't exactly safe when she was there. Relatives of known reformists and Class 7 members are a notable exception, but I can see it being a safe place for most. Well, heading over there on your own is pretty bold though. You're tougher than you look. Bear in mind that the city is not without its problems. The flow of information is under tighter lockdown than anywhere else. Ordinary citizens can't even approach the palace by foot or by vehicle. And no one knows where the Imperial family is. Or what's going on within the Alliance, for that matter. Nobody's got any idea what they intend to do next. Figures. Then you haven't had anything about where Angelica or my mother could be. Afraid not. I've taken a few business trips to Roer since the war started, but I haven't heard a peep about them. It's not like I can stroll into Reinfeldt corporate headquarters and start asking questions either. Sorry, that I can't be of more help. Oh, don't be. You've given us plenty of useful information as it is. Mainly that you're alive and doing okay. Because that's important too. But just be careful if you keep up all the city hopping, okay? Right back at you. And give my regards to Becky if you wouldn't mind. I can't do anything that might draw attention, but I'll try to find out anything that could help out. Kleist & Co. has a weapon connection that spans across Erebonia, so I may be able to get something out of them. Just try not to get caught up before that. Well, we'll do our best, that's for sure. So where to now? Because that would technically be everything, right? There it is.
We're not getting anywhere. Especially when the Alliance has this city so completely under control.
That's for sure. Wandering around's given us a lot of information, but none of it actually relates to why we're here. Could there be something we're missing?
Yes, you are definitely missing something if you don't find that new sister suspicious.
It's mine.
I can't imagine you're getting a call from someone on the Courageous either. There's no way they're within calling range.
Well, only one way to find out who our mystery caller is. Hello?
Is that you, Elisa? It's Yuna. How have you been?
Yuna! What a pleasant surprise! I'm doing just fine. How about you?
Me too. But more to the point, I realize this is a bit sudden, but could you come meet me at the diner? We've got something really important to discuss with you.
If it's that important, then sure. We tried visiting the diner earlier, actually, but the door was locked. Hold on. How did you even know I was back in Roer?
I think that Angelica, dressed as a nun, is in contact with Yuna as like the local resistance faction, and the diner is their base of operation. So now Angelica is trying to relay information through Yuna to us, so we can meet up in a new good location. Because the one thing Angelica wouldn't want to do is to give away her disguise. So I think that's probably what's going on here, isn't it? Pretty obvious maybe, but I like spinning up theories once and again.
I'll tell you that when I see you. Anyway, later.
Wait, hold on! She hung up on me.
Yuna's one of your friends, right?
That's right. She told me she has something important to talk to us about. She wants us to meet her at Devance's diner near the city's west exit.
It's not like we've got any better leads. Let's head on over.
Alright. No new spots on the map either. Are we still not allowed to leave? Yep, not allowed to leave just yet. Come on, there has to be a way to get out there.
Well, it's open. I guess they aren't taking the day off after all. Yuna, Devance! Are you in there?
Oh, there you are. It's open. Come on in.
Well, if you say so.
Thanks.
Yuna! Devance!
Hey there, Elisa. I see you've got your friends with you.
Oh, I've missed you, Elisa. I'm so happy to see you're all right.
Yeah, same here. So, what was it that you wanted to talk to me about?
Oh, you know.
Please, allow me to explain.
Told ya.
I've been eagerly anticipating your arrival, Class 7.
A sister? Wait, didn't we just meet you back in the cathedral?
Well, for Angelica, it's the perfect disguise because nobody would expect her, one, to be in a dress, and second of all, being a holy figure.
What brings you here?
Wait a second. You sound a lot like... Are you... You couldn't be.
Oh, but I am.
It really is you!
Angelica?
Oh, hey guys. I sure wasn't expecting you to come all the way out here after our talk.
I never would have expected to find you in that getup of all things. You're the last person I picture when I think sister, so the thought never even crossed my mind.
And that's the idea, because nobody would have that thought about her.
Then my disguise worked even better than I thought it would. Finally, all that crap that got drilled into my head on how to be a lady while growing up came in handy.
I suppose that works, even if it's not exactly how it was intended.
Even how she's standing right now is no longer ladylike. It's back to her old Angelica self.
Moving right along. What made you disguise yourself in the first place?
Oh, I'll explain that while I'm bringing you up to speed on everything else. Devance, you mind bringing out some hot drinks for us?
Sure thing.
So that's how you ended up coming here. I should have known telling you guys not to worry would make you do exactly the opposite. What else do you think it would do? We couldn't just ignore it. What if you were in trouble? The situation here is even worse than I thought it'd be too. Heimdallr seems to have complete control over the whole company. I'm afraid so. About half of the factories in town have been shut down. The ones that are still active are being used to make arms and the likes for the Noble Alliance. Word is, they're using them to make more soldiers too. The people here appear to be increasingly unhappy with the nobility too. Did you run away from home because you want to try and do something about what's happening here? Basically, yeah. I'm the daughter of a family that rules this province. I figured I've got to try and do something. Right now, I'm in the middle of gathering supporters within the provincial army in the city. Two of which are Devance and Yuna? Knowing that you have supporters in the provincial army as well is certainly encouraging. Wait, is that soldier who allowed us to come into town one of them? You got it. He must have noticed you were friends of mine and decided to let you through. That's sad. I don't have all that many supporters in the army. Most are still loyal to my father. And surprising as it may be, my father feels kind of guilty about the occupation of Heimdallr. He does? That really is a surprise. He's part of the four great houses, so I assumed he was in favor of all the stuff the Alliance is doing. Oh, he's no fan of the reformist, but his loyalty to His Majesty is genuine. I guess he's just one example of how the Alliance isn't totally united from within. Just before I left home, we ended up getting into a big argument. And right in the middle of it, he shouted, "If you're so damn sure you're right, prove it to me with brute force." I'm not sure how to respond to that. Well, he sounds a lot more manly than I was expecting. Reminds me of Dad, actually. Still, if he's willing to listen that way, it must be he has his doubts about what the Alliance is doing, right? That's what I figure. Anyway, right now he's taking command of the army over at the Swartz Drake barrier. Meanwhile, a few of the soldiers there are waiting for my word to act. We've got a few armored cars and soldiers available to us too. So when the time comes, I intend to give Father exactly what he wants. I'll beat my way into him. As you can see, there's not really much you can do. This is between me and my father. It's a Ragnar family issue. I'm happy you cared enough to come all the way here, but would you mind leaving this to me? But I'm afraid I can't do that. This isn't just Ragnar family issue. Roer and above all else, the rival company are both just as involved. Maybe you could argue that it has nothing to do with my classmates, but it has everything to do with me. Yeah, I guess so. You want to settle things with your father with your own hands, and I want to rescue my mother with mine. So please, Angelica, won't you let me help you? Wow, you're really something, Alyssa. I still say there's plenty to do with us too. We couldn't possibly sit idly by, not by Roer and it is and your mother being held captive, Alyssa. Well, we've come all the way out here, we might as well do something. You're all sure? And besides, not only did we receive plenty of help from your mother, Alyssa, but you helped us too, Angelica. You helped us to the point of angering your father and getting expelled from the academy, remember? Can't you give us a chance to pay you back for all we owe you? Me getting pulled out of Thor's wasn't your fault at all. I just wanted to rebel against Father, and I paid the price for it. Not that anything I say will dissuade you now that you've made up your minds. I know you guys, how you guys work. Then it's okay? Yep, I'd be happy to have your help. Let's settle things with my father, rescue Arena, and put things back to normal in Roer. Together. Right. After a few pleading words, Angelica accepted Class 7's as assistants. The matter settled, and then they reported back to Towa on the Courageous, using the orbital computer in the diner. Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad that they were able to meet up with you, Angie. Angie, that's what are you wearing? I make for a pretty hot sister, don't I? I'm glad I got the chance to show you my perfect and oh so very beautiful disguise, while I still had it on. For the love of ideas. Anyway, we're going to stay and help Angelica with what she's been doing. We should be able to free Roer from the Alliance's control. Okay then, we'll do all we can to support you from here. Do you know where the chairman is then? Actually, hold on. Didn't you say you found out where she's been held, Angelica? Oh yeah, I haven't told you yet, have I? She's up at the Session Iron Mine. More specifically, she's on board the Eisengraf that's currently stopped in its freight station. I can show you the way once we get there. The Eisengraf? We all saw it on our way to Guerrilla Fortress, didn't we? Yes, it was seized by the Alliance, and then my uncle decided it was his to play with. It's pretty ritzy on the inside, and she's probably not being treated all that badly. But the real problem is the security. It's all being handled by Jaegers. I know what you mean. From what I've heard, Director Heimdallr was never able to look my mother in the eye. You can tell that he wants her as far away as possible, so he can wrest control of the company. But since he's limited in how far he can actually go, he puts her there. And if what you're saying is right, once we rescue your mother, regaining control of the company shouldn't be so difficult. Yep, rescuing your mom is gonna be the hard part. Everything from there should be downhill. That means you won't need to worry about her being used as a hostage against you. Plus, you'll be able to focus on things at the Swartz Drake barrier without needing to worry about things in Roer. Sounds like we're good to go. Let's just review the operation one more time. First, we go to the Session Iron Mine and free Arena. Second, we rescue Reinford's company's headquarters from my uncle and place him under arrest. Third, we head to the Swartz Drake barrier and settle things with Father. There's a lot to do, and we're gonna need to be quick about it. We don't want to give the Marquis time to come to us before we go to him. Yeah, we're going to need to make sure we've got all we need before starting. Once we start, there's no turning back. We're gonna need you two for backup, Towa and George. You can count on us. We'll be waiting as close to Roer as possible, so we can rush in if you need us. Take care, and good luck. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's get ready and head for the mines. Right. Alright. Angelica joined the party. Rean and Angelica can now use overdrive when linked with one another. The number of members in the party has temporarily increased to 7. Yeah, because we can hardly send one person home, because we need room for Angelica. About Angelica's Master Quartz. The Master Quartz Angelica is equipped with, Emblem, has a special effect. Regardless of what they would have been, all battles randomly have a chance of becoming triple advantage encounters when she leads the party. Battle initiated by foes are no exception, so setting Angelica as your party leader is highly recommended. Yeah, and when a game says so explicitly, we have to take note of it, and she's gonna be the lead of our party. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna be great at that, because she is incredibly powerful on her own. But for now, I'm gonna leave it here. Next time we're gonna explore the town once more, see if the texts are different that people are saying. If so, we're gonna make another round. If it's still the same, we're just gonna, I don't know, maybe look up the equipment for Angelica, see if it's up to date, and see if we can get to the barrier before going to the mine, and see if that what happens if we do that. Because who knows, maybe we can talk to the units hiding there for Angelica, and we can, I don't know, give them some instruction or support and things like that. Showing them that class 7 is with them might raise morale too, and that might help us get even more provincial army guys on our side. Who knows? But yeah, that's going to be on next episode. So until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we commence the mission to rescue Irina. See you then. Bye bye.